Hey, I'm Paul Bane with New Hope Community Church. Pastor Neil, who shoots these videos, he said, well, you have a problem with big green plants behind you. I said, no, because I'm going to be talking about the source of life and that these green plants have deep roots and they are supplied and are alive today because they're connected to the source. And so as we think about Jesus, and he talked about different things, that he said that when we get connected to the source of life, that we could have rivers of living water that would flow deep from within our being. He also, the Apostle Paul, described that we should have in our lives the same power, if that same power which raised Christ Jesus from the dead dwells in our body, that we should have that life. And so this Sunday I want to talk about the source of life. And in Jeremiah, some 2,700 years ago, Jeremiah the prophet wrote, he said, I have this problem against the people of God. He says they've rejected the living water, and they've gone out into the desert and they built cisterns trying to contain water, and cisterns which cannot ever contain water because most of the time they're broken. And so we're going to talk about the things in our life that we try to fill our life to be in the flow of life that keep us from being connected at all times to that living water, that gushing water, that fullness of life that Jesus describes that we should have. And I think in the church today, the sad fact is very few of us can experience or do experience that living water on a day-to-day basis. So I want to share this Sunday about being in the flow of life, being in the flow of the Spirit in a way that we have that connectedness to the source in a way that will dramatically change the way we live, how we see life, and how we live life, that we might have that joy that Jesus talks about that flows from the very inner core of our being. So please come join us this Sunday if you want to hear more about the flow and the source of life.